well, not exactly what I was expecting to get, but when they said pipe, I thought maybe it was like a pipe skid loaded with their pipe, but I guess not. It's just single free pipe, no pipe pins. Like, I got pins long enough to catch the bottom row, which is alright when you're pyramiding, but the unloading process. But I can always stop in Edson and get some pipe pins, so when I'm unloading, the loader doesn't throw them right off the side of the trailer. Because he's got, when it's pyramided, he's got to jam his forks in there, and he's got to and get underneath and then lift it up. Versus when if you put wood in between, but that's too insecure to be cruising around on these highways. So usually we'll have pipe pins that'll go higher than the tiers of pipe, and then with 2x4, rough cut 2x4s, so it's easier to get the picker slings in and out, because plain 2x4s that you would use like in your housing stuff are thick enough, and the nub that ties the cable sling back together that you hook the hook in to lift the pipe doesn't come out very nicely. Alright, well, we'll start the long, slow journey backwards. It's going to be slow. Back on the GoPro 7. We're here at the brake check, about to crest over the hill and go down into Kamloops. She's a long one. It's going to be a slow one for me because with the max weight load here, this thing will just take off. So I got to take her easy or I'll be smoking the brakes. The drive shaft might jar and break, and then I'll go down the hill in a blaze of glory. Sorry, it's a trucker song. Driving over the top when she jarred and the drive shaft broke. Now I'm going down the hill in a big cloud of smoke. Nitro Express. But anyways, after this, that'll be pretty much the last of the super hills. Once this guy's moved so I can squeeze through there, we'll take off. sunrise, eh? I was just wake up too late to catch the whole thing. Carry on the journey to get rid of this pipe. Can't complain too much. It's the first bit of pipe I've hauled since I started here. There, it's like, you got pipe pins? I'm like, no. Problem was is that I got going, and he's like, well, it was on the dispatch, you're hauling pipe. I'm like, I didn't get the dispatch until I was like in Kamloops. So I wasn't prepared. I had the right amount of straps. I had 2 60-footers, belly wrapping, so I was good there. And I had long enough pins just to catch the bottom tier, which when you're pyramiding, that's all you really need. I don't know if the pipe yard's gonna be what they're gonna say. They might not be like, you need pipe pins, it's too dangerous to unload without pipe pins. They usually just bend the shit out of them anyways. I'm like, it's a safety device. It's not for you to smash pipe up against with your loader so you can grab the whole tier with one grab. That's how it usually works out when you're like 2 3/8 or 2 7/8, all that like small tubing stuff for like service rigs. But anyways, get going here. We can go up and get some coffee at Intwizzle. The drive was really good, actually. Except for one small part, I got stuck behind. Fully loaded, 450 horsepower, got stuck behind somebody. Some Freightliner calling 2 sea cans on a train. It was full of radioactive stuff, so who knows? Maybe it was uranium. But anyways, I got stuck behind him for probably a good 40 minutes. And then by the time I was leaving the other side of Edson, the truck that loaded after me was coming into Edson. I was like, oh, man, you were like hauling on it. But that's what happens when you have an extra 100 horsepower. But yeah, good scenery. Good fall scenery. Couldn't be a better time to take the drive. It's a little chilly when the sun goes down. But lots of good colors. And it's just that whole like, when you leave Kamloops and head north on 5, and then that whole area in there is pretty sweet. I like it. North Thompson District is what it was called. I was calling it Thompson River District or something, but it's North Thompson Valley District. Clearwater. That's probably like the sweetest part of that drive. I was like, I could retire here. And then all along where the river flows through there, you can see all these huge sandbars, and just like, sand. It's like, I like sand. I like to sit in the sand, beer in my hand, water. Kids can like dig in the sand. It's good times. But anyways, carry on here. We'll get some coffee.
I can celebrate. Never knew a feeling better than today. It means to a beginning of a brighter day. Letting in a feeling, mending what we break. Find the solace in the dissonance. You control the way you see the world. Go, let the feeling take its toll. We've worked so hard, now don't you know? This is music for the soul. Let the music take control. wash away the pain. Life is a playground, you can play the game. Look to the horizon, the sun is on the way. Move till the nighttime, then we'll fade away. Find the stories in a dissonance. You control the way you see the world. We've come so far, and now let go. Let the feeling take its toll. We've worked so hard, now don't you know? This is music for the soul. Let the music take control.
Quick and painless. Look at all this gray. So yeah, it's super gravy. We're unloaded just like that. Literally probably took as long as it could to roll up the straps. So we'll head her back to base. And no one's called me, so I'm hoping that's it. No more work for you. Well, they called me the other day because the wide loads. The one guy needed to be out today to help on a rig move. He had the wider load. His dispatch didn't read the permit completely because it said Friday at 3 p.m. because it's a long weekend, or if that's just every Friday in BC, I think it is. And no travel after 3 p.m. till midnight. And then lower down on the permit said, unless you have a pilot. So I had to get a pilot. So, because he was like, can I switch you out with one of the loads that can't do anything all day? No? Like, I already sat around all morning. I'm like, I'm just finally get going. Now you want me to sit here the rest of the day until midnight? I'm like, I'm out. Getting out of here. Going home. Or in that general direction. Anyway, so, yeah. And then I seen the mud tank this morning. So they all must have got through all right. OJ. So yeah, he had a big panic because he needed him to be pulling wheels today, and he's like, well, will you pull wheelers? I'm like, I don't have enough line. Will you drive another truck? I'm like, no. No, I will not. Not for wheeler work with a big ass bump. I'm not comfortable with it. I can do it. I've done it. I just don't like it. Let's get out of here and go home.